Hello, welcome back. It's good to see you again. How are you feeling today? Okay. So, today is our 13th therapy session. And today we're going to continue what we started last week, where we were looking at facing our fears and how to do that. If you would like a reminder of that session, you can watch it here. It should pop up on the screen. Now, last week we focused on our behaviour and how, by making a change here, we can reduce our fear in certain situations. I'm going to just draw you a quick diagram to remind you of that. And this is a diagram I've drawn a few times for you now, so hopefully it will look familiar. So, here we go. Let's have a look at this. There we go. So we were looking at this part here and how our behaviour influences how we feel and how we think. So I showed you how to make some changes in how you approach things to bring down your fear, your anxiety. Now, this week we're going to look at this end of the sequence, and we're going to take advantage of this arrow here. How our thoughts, the way we think about things, the meaning that we attach to things, feeds in to our fear, our anxiety. Okay. Now, our fear is a result of two types of thoughts that tangle themselves together. The first is a tendency to overestimate the probability of something bad happening. And that combines with a tendency to underestimate our ability to cope. And I've talked about these two trains of thought in other videos and how to deal with this top one. But today we're going to focus very much on this bottom one, our tendency to underestimate our ability to cope, because a lot of fear stems from a lack of self-belief. And this lack of self-belief is a result of kind of an accumulation of experiences where we have been criticised, where we've been made to feel that we can't make mistakes. We haven't been given the impression that mistakes are necessary. They're a part of learning, of developing, of life. Where we've maybe been left to feel unsupported, or interestingly, too supported. There's a fine balance between making a child feel that they are able to go out and try things and learn without someone rushing in to take over the minute that they get it wrong, whilst at the same time not feeling that they are completely on their own in this endeavour. So it's a fine balance, it really is, which I think is often why so many of us struggle with a lack of self-belief, because it's difficult to get this right. So in doing this work, we're kind of often, I guess, rebuilding what's been chipped away at over the years. So as you can imagine, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. We're going to have to work on this for a little bit of time, consistently, steadily, slowly over the days, and kind of rebuild our belief in ourselves, because if we can believe in ourselves, if we know when something is thrown at us, that we'll be able to work it out. Fear just melts away. Everything becomes easier. Life becomes easier. Now, the way to do this, quite simple. I want you to keep a diary every day. Maybe last thing at night as you get into bed, so keep a pad and a pen by the side of your bed, or you can do it on the notes on your phone, whatever works for you, I guess. And I want you to jot down all the things that you've managed in a day, and it can be small things, large things, it doesn't matter. And this isn't about doing it once, as I've said, it's every day. Because what you're doing here is you're creating an antidote for that kind of quite negative, self-critical internal dialogue that undermines you, that doubts you, that doesn't believe in you, I suppose. So let's have a try now. See if we can jot a few things down, because sometimes this can feel a bit uncomfortable if it's not something you're used to. It doesn't feel quite right, doesn't sit particularly easily. Okay, so let's start that list. Can you think of anything? Simple things, maybe from yesterday. Okay. You completed that project at work. Good. You contributed in that meeting. What else? You made a healthy dinner. Good. I think that's important as well. You took time to relax at the end of the day. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, to stop and to give yourself a break. I think that's important to highlight that as a way of coping with life and the things that it throws at you. I'm going to give you this. Creates a good starting point. Try it over the course of the next week. Maybe bring it to your next session and we can have a look at it together. See how you got on. As with anything new, it's not going to work the first time that you do it, or the first week that you do it. This is something you need to try and make part of your routine, and allow this self-belief to gradually build up over time. And you will notice that as it does, your fear in certain situations begins to melt away, dissipate. You start to feel braver, more confident. Okay. See how you get on. It was nice spending time with you today, and I will look forward to seeing you at the same time for therapy next week. You take care.